What's up, nation? Really appreciate you all. Thank those who are tuning in to this thing. Not going to be able to read your comments, of course, because I'm live. But I will talk to you all about the major issues with the Dallas Cowboys as it relates to the collective coaching journey. This right now began to say, okay, we want to do respect for Jason Garrett. My thing is with Jason Garrett, they're parading him around like he won us, 3 Super Bowls, 4 playoff victories or something like that in his time span with the Dallas Cowboys. My thing is, Jason Garrett, he may be a well-respectable guy. He may be just everything somebody want out of a coach or a general manager or a player personnel, director or whatever it may be. But neither here nor there. What we are doing is we are dragging this thing all the way out like the Cowboys always do. And I think a large part of it, yes, is Jerry Wayne. However, if this team want to be serious, then they would go ahead and say, okay, and this can be done. Your official last day will be January the 14th. However, today is your last day. Today, at this moment, is your last time with the Dallas Cowboys. Because we, as collective fans, we are tired of seeing mediocrity. We are tired of being in this particular moment, because what happened here is that we saw what this team is made up of for the last 10 years. I do know that we can pull out excuses and say, well, Jason Garrett is not running routes, he's not overthrowing the balls of the receivers, and he's not making tackles. Yes, we can say that. Collectively, we can say that. However, it's been 10 years. That's just the strangest part of it all. It's the strangest part of it all that people can't understand that it's been 10 years, regardless of who behind center as relates to quarterback, regardless of who is the running back. Look, you had Ezekiel Elliott, who is probably one of the most premiered running backs to come out of the NFL draft or what have you, out of college. Yes, he is top 3, top 4, or maybe somebody can argue and say, well, yes, he is the number 1 running back in the NFL, collectively speaking. What have he done with that? And then on top of that, you can say, well, before that, he had DeMarco Murray. I saw like an excerpt that DeMarco Murray, for the past decade, is one of the top 5 running backs in the previous decade. So those are things that we have to take under consideration as relates to Jason Garrett. And then on top of that, don't have me to start talking to you all about Tony Romo. So it's just crazy for us to sit back and say, well, this coach deserves another chance, another opportunity, this and that. Now, I'm quite sure that we can look at the historical data and say, well, it was an odd year in 2019. Oh, Lord, what do you know? It'll be an even year next year, or this year, basically, this season. Why don't you give Jason Garrett another shot? Because the historic shows that either he's going to be 13-3, 12-4, just maybe, the brother can be, at worst, 9-7. That's what somebody can say. However, I'm looking at it like, look, let's go ahead and move on from the situation. Here's another thing too, Cowboy Nation. By us, let's say that we do have that coach in mind. Even since we're being lollygagging and pussyfooting around, like old folks say, right? Don't you know that we still have to answer to the Rooney Rule? We still have to bring in a minority candidate. That the quote unquote the affirmative action as relates to the NFL, and to me personally, I think it's a trash of a rule that in this society that you gotta have a token brother to come in to have an interview. To me personally, that's trash, and that's even trash even in the private sector, or even for for those who work for Walmart or Payless or any other building or any other company in the United States of America, that you have to hire minorities and these sorts of things. And as black as I am, I have a right to speak on this topic because I think that this world and this society shouldn't be forced to interview somebody just because of the color of their skin and not of the content of their character or what they know inside their mind. But since the universe is shaped the way it is, the NFL must interview a minority candidate before they can move on with the candidate that they really want, which is crazy in a sense. But neither here nor there. I would say that the Dallas Cowboys, if they're not in mind or want to have a minority candidate, they still got to give that person a chance, because if not, then they can get hit with all type of scrupulous or penalties of just hiring a coach that they really want without interviewing said minority or brother, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, Cowboy Nation, this team has sullied, denigrated, cast aspersions on all of the situations as it relates to coaching opportunities, because we're tired of sitting around here having the media to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and their coaching philosophies and their coaching and waiting and what they're going to do with Jason Garrett when they're not even talking about the playoff teams. Matter of fact, there's a segment of people that don't even know the team that's in the playoff. That's the craziest thing, but they know about the Cowboys. They know about the Cowboys. I get people that call me that know me personally saying, what the hell is going on down there in Big D with Jason Garrett? Is he the coach or is he not? And I'm sitting there like, who's your team? They're like, man, I don't care. This is some crazy stuff that's going on with Jason Garrett right now. I know about him. You see, people know more about the Cowboys that don't even follow sports because of the Jerry Wayne Joneses love to be all in the hot spotlights and things like that. It's crazy, Cowboy Nation. It's crazy. It is flat out crazy. All right, that's enough of me complaining. I guess you could use it and say it in those terms, because that's all we can do. It's not even me explaining. Normally I say, hey, I'm not complaining, I'm explaining. But now I'm complaining about the situation. Jerry Jones got to fix this stuff, man. He do. Let me know how you feel about this Dallas Cowboys organization. What should be the next move? What should be the next plan of action? Which coach you would like for to have out there? And stop the Dallas Cowboys from lollygagging and all of those other things. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace.